I've had a few drinks and I can't sleep. Tomorrow's the inquest into the death of my godson, the son of my best mate, a kid I watched grow up, and now I have to stand there and give a character statement about whether his parents might have had anything to do with what happened to him. And honestly, I don't know. I can't stop thinking about it, playing the story over and over in my head. Mostly, I can't stop thinking about the shoes. So I'm going to tell you exactly what I was told, and maybe you'll understand why I'm still not sure what to believe. My friend's name is Davy. We've been tight since we were 5, the kind of friendship you expect to last a lifetime. Last year, Davy and his wife, her name's Marion, bought a house way out in rural Devon. Picture an old, moss-covered cottage with warped beams and ivy curling up the walls, the kind of place you'd see in a postcard captioned "Quaint English Countryside." It was beautiful, sure, but it wasn't them. Davy always struck me as a city guy. Football, pubs, broadband that actually works. But they had 2 boys, Elliot, who was nearly 8, and Finn, 5. Add in Marion being heavily pregnant and a cranky old house cat named Jasper, and they were bursting out of their London flat. So they moved. I visited the first week after they settled in. Boxes everywhere, smelled like damp wood and fresh paint, but there was something cozy about it, like the house was holding its breath, waiting to see if this family belonged. It wasn't without its quirks. The floorboards moaned under every step, corridors twisted in odd directions. Cold spots would appear without warning, like little pockets of winter that drifted through the house. I remember one night I was grabbing beers from the garage. Mid-August, still warm, but as I stepped into the hallway I walked through something icy, not a draft, something bone-deep cold. Davy laughed when I mentioned it. Yeah, they move around, you never know where they'll show up, like the ghost of Christmas' bloody future. Marion didn't laugh. She just said, sometimes it feels like something walks past you, like it notices you. Looking back, I wonder if that was the first clue. 2 days later, we were returfing the back garden. The boys were running around playing some pirate game with wooden spoons and cardboard swords. Then suddenly they stopped. I looked up and saw both Elliot and Finn standing still by one of the flower beds, just staring down. Davy called out, "You okay, boys?" No response. We walked over and I saw the hole. They'd been digging, not deep, maybe a foot or so, but enough to uncover something strange. Shows dozens of them. The first one Davy pulled out was old, really old. A child's leather shoe with a massive brass buckle, caked in soil and stiff with age. He held it up. "This yours, El?" Elliot shook his head. We kept digging. By the end, we had 20 pairs, all of them small, all of them clearly made for children. But none matched. Some were heavy, almost clogs, some were dainty, hand-stitched, fancy. A few were practically falling apart, different styles, different decades. But all children's shoes. Davy looked disturbed. Marion kept glancing at the house, like she was waiting for someone to step out and explain it. That night we went to the pub and tried Googling it. Buried shoes, children's shoes. We found all kinds of theories, superstitions from the Victorian era. People used to hide shoes in walls or bury them near doorways to ward off evil spirits. Some said it was to keep witches away. Others claimed it was for fertility, or a way to guide the spirits of lost children. We laughed about it over pints, brushed it off. But maybe we shouldn't have. They brought the shoes inside, cleaned them up, tied them together in pairs with bits of twine, and hung them like decorations around the fireplace. Marion said they gave the place character. Weeks passed. That's when the weirdness really started. Davy texted me one night, said he woke up around 4, needed the toilet. On the way back to bed, he smelled smoke. He checked the house, no fire. Then he got to the kitchen and sniffed near the potted plant on the windowsill, this little shrub they'd had since Elliot was born. Davy said the soil was glowing, red-orange like embers. When he dug into it, he saw the roots were burning. No flames, just a slow, pulsing glow like coals in a dying fire. They dumped the plant outside. A week later, Marion was cleaning the lounge and trying to scrub a weird stain off the wall. That's when she heard the buzzing. She pressed her ear to the plaster. It was alive. When she peeled the wallpaper back, it tore like tissue, and behind it was a wasp's nest, but not a normal one. It was red, bright red, and pulsing, almost like it had a heartbeat. She screamed. Davy called pest control. They got rid of it, but he told me later that the exterminator looked pale when he left, said he'd never seen anything like it. Then the cat disappeared. Jasper, lazy fat, couldn't be bothered to go outside most days. One morning he just wasn't there. They searched everywhere, put up signs, asked neighbors, nothing. Elliot cried himself to sleep every night that week. Then Halloween came. They took the boys trick-or-treating through the village, something they never got to do in London. When they came back, there was a cat waiting on the doorstep. Not Jasper. This one was sleek, jet black, piercing yellow eyes, wild-looking. But Elliot gasped and shouted, "Jasper's back." He threw his arms around it. Davy tried to explain it wasn't the same cat, but Elliot insisted. He came back different, he said, but it's still him. They let the cat in. What else could they do? A week passed, and then Elliot died. Davy said it started with a noise. Marion woke him panicking, saying something felt wrong. They checked Elliot's room. He was sleeping peacefully, but then they heard a bang from downstairs. The back door was wide open. The cat was out in the garden, packing around the flower beds. That's when they noticed it. The shoes, all of them gone. The little display around the fireplace had vanished. So had Elliot's shoes, every pair. Then they heard a giggle upstairs. They ran to the bathroom and found Finn sitting on the toilet, pointing down the hall. "What are you doing, buddy?" Marion asked. Finn smiled. "I wanted to go with them, but I had to poop." Davy crouched down. "Go with who?" "The Daisy line," Finn said. They were laughing. Elliot was at the front. Davy sprinted to Elliot's room. Empty. The garden was pitch black. They ran outside with torches. They found him in the flower bed, the same one where they dug up the shoes. I won't describe how. There were no wounds, no sign of trauma, but something in the way Davy told it, something broke in him that night, something that can't be fixed. The autopsy was inconclusive, no natural cause, no foul play they could prove. That's why there's an inquest tomorrow, to decide what the hell happened. I saw Davy and Marion today. He's half the man he was, sunken eyes, lost weight. She hasn't spoken a full sentence since I got here. But Finn won't stop singing. Just a little tune he says the other kids taught him. Link your arms and join us tight, laugh and sing into the night. In the morning you'll be new, and all your worries gone from you. And yesterday Finn asked Davy a question. He said, "Dad, who's the lighter of the daisy chain?" Davy didn't know what he meant. And Finn said, "The boy with the fire in his eyes." I think I know where those shoes are. And I don't think I want to look.